Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Yeah, Solana comes down and down in steps here, and we now have the first time of this whole downtrend here that we see a larger, higher low. Yeah, so it indicates here a slowing down of the downtrend. I mean, this here was a descending wedge. We can see that we broke out of it. Actually, now you could argue that we were, or that we are retesting it. The last video I said we could probably expect here some upside here if that level is holding. For now it is holding, but we haven't seen yet the upside potential because, you know, in the end the volume isn't there, and that is what I warned you of, that on the weekend, on the Easter weekend, you probably don't get that much volume. It might not be such an exciting weekend, and I think we can redraw now this as a channel. Yeah, Solana likes channels, and Solana usually is in a channel, and here for now I think we can possibly construct this as some type of a channel. And if this is the case, then it's looking like that even though Solana might have been broken out of that descending wedge, but we don't see the upside, we don't see the volume coming, we don't see the actual breakout characteristics for now. Could be that we are still trading sort of in this descending channel. Yeah, and from that point of view, we don't really see here a lot at the moment because we are in this channel. However, we are holding for now above the 50-day moving average here, and we are holding for now above the $100 level. It's a very important psychological level. Not only that, this is also the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level here, just below $100. This is the most important Fibonacci retracement level of that whole wave and down. $100, very important level, and therefore we are currently finding support. I talked to you about my headache with this current downtrend because it comes across as very impulsive. Therefore, this whole uptrend was probably very corrective because we are coming down so impulsive. So therefore, in the current market environment, there is still significant downside potential there. We have not yet been able to hold above the $122 level. Again, a very important, structurally very important level here, that wave 4. But we had previous support here as well, that wave 4. Yeah, so that's a very important level. However, we haven't managed to hold above it. And then also we did not manage to push through that the 200-day moving average highlighted here in yellow. That is currently at $147. So we're basically above the 50-day moving average, and we are below the 200-day moving average. So this is a space in which we could move for a while. As long as we hold above the 50-day moving average, of course, there is short-term upside potential. But generally, the way the price structure looks like doesn't look too bullish yet. But in the end, it has been doing what we talked about up here. We talked about a potential beginning of a downtrend again. And that also, after such a strong increase, you typically come down quite strongly again. Now that all happened, we retested the $100 level. And this is now a space of, yeah, basically where a decision, the market needs to make a decision. We are basically holding support where we previously had resistance various times. Here, for example, yeah, here there was an area of trade. So it's a very, very important level, that $100 level. And the market now needs to decide in which direction it wants to follow. For me to enter a long trade now, no, would be too risky. What I would want to see is that the price with volume moves away from that $100 level. The problem that I have at the moment is that the price isn't really reacting too much to the $100 level. So it is reacting in terms of its holding, but it's not really starting to move away from it. So we have moved against it with that huge candle here. Then we moved away from it, that's fine. But now with an engulfing candle yesterday, we moved towards it again, and we currently have only a small green candle. Includes the risk that we actually come down through this $100 level. So the risk is still there that we see here some significant downside potential. And as you can see, we are currently here in a channel. Only when you break out of the channel, that might be an opportunity to go long. If you see volume, if you see a retest, yeah, but again, the trade is up to you. I don't give financial advice here, but that's what I personally would do. The breakout here, possibly retest volume, that might be a potential long trade. Yeah. However, as you know, I am a friend of more the longer term perspective. I'm currently dollar cost averaging in whenever my buy orders get triggered. For Solana, they have been triggered already, but I also have many buy orders set still lower because I still see the downside potential before eventually Solana will have a chance in this whole green target area between the 78.6%, between the 88.7% fib level and the 61.8% fib level. Before here, we can see a turnaround, because this is the level where with the highest likelihood the price can turn around. I think an ideal target for Solana before the correction is finished would be the $55 level. That is the 78.6% fib level, and that is a level that many cryptocurrencies have actually seen already. So it would not be unrealistic to expect Solana to actually reach it. In the longer term, I would expect then in the next major wave up. So this year was a wave 1. This year is a wave 2. The next wave up would be a larger wave 3. Here we can expect prices of at least $420. That is the 1.618 fib extension, but possibly even higher. Now it will take a moment to get there. First of all, we need to complete the correction. At the moment, the way the chart looks structurally, I can tell you that Solana has done the minimum it needs to do in a correction. Yeah, it has made a lower low in that wave C compared to the wave A. It has come into the target area here. This is the area in which, yeah, a wave 2 would normally turn around. If it's already turning around, I can't tell you that. We will only be able to judge that if we move above 122, ideally even $160. If we see a first impulsive wave up and a first ABC down, that would then be another entry point. When we have that first 5-wave move up, the first 3-wave move down, we can be very certain that the downtrend is over. Until then, it's sort of speculation, and in my opinion, a good strategy to do it, and that's why I do it, is to dollar cost average in at these nice low levels before we take off and move to these much higher levels. That is currently my strategy to how I fill my bags up at the moment. Buying the dips basically, yeah, and I'm fully aware, everybody who's doing it, there will be further downside potential, and maybe we even see the $55 level. Now I of course can't promise that. I don't know where the low is. We can only operate in this space by looking at probabilities, but it is quite realistic. But again, this green area is the area where Solana can turn around, and everybody who's not buying should not complain when we suddenly start to turn around. And the decision to buy is of course up to everybody individually. I can't make the decision for you, but I think we are in the last meters of the correction. But of course, there is still potential down to the 78.6% fib level and maybe even the 88.7. Now that is $30. How realistic is that? I don't think very realistic, but I think the $55 is within the scope of what we can expect. Okay, that is my view on Solana, about Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. If you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, and also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And for both, you can find the links in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.